Yo, what's going on, people? Your boy Matt Mike coming at you guys with another edition of the quarterback analysis, where I give my take on the quarterbacks and what's happening around the league. Now, I think we all know at this point that Bryce Young has been benched, but before I get into my take on that, if you have not already, check out the Aaron Rodgers and Kirk Cousins breakdown, where I give my take on where they were in week 1. So check that out. It would be in the pinned comments if you have not already seen that. But let's get straight to it, man. I know a lot of people are wondering whether or not benching Bryce Young, is he a bust? Should they trade him? All these types of things. I'm gonna give my take in that a few minutes, but I'll say this. One of the things when I look at Bryce Young in this situation, this is the first thing. All right, the first thing that I see what's wrong with is this fucking organization. Okay, it's the organization. They have no freaking clue what the hell they're doing. It's an absolute disgrace. You have no offense. You have no running game. You have no offensive line. The wide receivers have been an absolute turnstile. You got rid of one of your best wide receivers, and granted, I understand why. But at the end of the day, man, when you don't have a running game, you don't have an offensive line, you don't have a defense, your best player has been gone, he's out for the rest of the year, Derrick Brown. This team is an absolute mess. The front office have no freaking clue. They hiring guys, in my opinion, that should not have been named head coach. This team is an absolute mess. So when you, in regards to Bryce Young and whether or not he needed to be benched, I'm not gonna fight that too much. But a lot of these things, what I see with Bryce Young is they're not helping him at all. Okay, they're doing some of the things that they want him to focus on, and not necessarily using some of his skill sets. And what I mean by that, you look at a few of his numbers. All right, we're gonna look at a few of his numbers. I think for me, this is troublesome. All right, when you have a guy that has the ability. Now, we know that he has the ability. Now, he has the ability to run, all right? And last year, he had 253 yards rushing, no touchdown. But I think if you have a guy that has the ability to move around a bit, and he definitely has that, but I have no idea on why they aren't using anything. Now, you can say whether or not his size is a concern, but at the end of the day, if you have that ability, why not use it in certain situations? Having him stand in the pocket when he already has physical limitations to begin with in regards to his size, why have him stand in the pocket? Move him around, get him moving around, run a couple of draw plays, some rollouts, some sprints, like do something to kind of get his confidence up and move the pocket a little bit. And this year, this guy has had 5 attempts for 5 freaking attempts. Okay? 5 freaking attempts at running a dang on ball. This is not going to cut it. This is absolute atrocity when you look at his numbers. And then you look at this year, the first game against New Orleans, 161 yards, 2 interceptions. And then this past game against the Chargers, 84 total yards with 1 interception. So when you look at what's actually going on with Bryce Young, I gotta say, first and foremost, it's the organization. You have to have some sort of an idea of what the hell's going on. If not, you're gonna forever have a turntable when it comes down to your quarterback. It's not gonna stop. Okay, trading him away is not gonna stop this absolute mess of an organization. You have to find a way to figure out what you are, an identity on this offense, an identity with this team. Carolina has absolutely no identity. They had no business, all right, and they had no business hiring Canales as a head coach. He's not a head coach, okay? He's not a head coach. You guys did that pretty much similar to what the Atlanta Falcons did with Arthur Smith. he wasn't ready to be a head coach. And I think that's the thing that is going around. A lot of organizations are hiring head coaches that have no business being head coaches. A lot of coaches that have no business being head coaches. And it's an experiment. Stop freaking experiment. If you're going to hire a young head coach, make sure you have a bunch of veteran guys around him that's going to be able to aid him. And that's the problem that I'm seeing with Carolina and Bryce Young. And like I said before, if you don't have the necessary skills, and this is something that Tom Brady and Peyton Manning spoke on recently about the RPO. The RPO, in my opinion, has been one of the most brutal, and it's been absolutely the main reason why quarterbacks aren't learning how to go through their progressions and learning how to read defenses anymore. It's absolutely brutal. And you go back to Alabama, he ran a ton, and I mean a ton of RPOs. So when you look at what we're saying with Bryce Young, it's a manifestation of what these guys are not getting in college. So as long as college continues to not prepare these quarterbacks for the NFL by running a lot of pro styles, and it's okay to run some RPO concepts here and there, but when it becomes the main source of an offense, the main source for that quarterback's strengths, this is the problem. All right, and this is what we're seeing right now. It's going to continue to happen. You're going to continue to see guys like Bryce Young fail in the NFL, and so many other quarterbacks. It's not just Bryce Young. So many other quarterbacks are failing because of this. So at the end of the day, learn how to read defense, learn how to properly prepare these quarterbacks. If not, you're going to see we're talking about a complete failure in Bryce Young. So look, let me know what you guys think about this, man. Like I said, Bryce Young failure or his lack of success at this particular point isn't his fault. This is the organization's fault. In my opinion, they should have had him sit. But at the end of the day, a lot of teams, they're impatient. Fans are impatient, and they want to see these guys. Play quickly, and a lot of times it's not going to happen. So let me know what you guys think about this. This has been your boy Man Mike with another quarterback analysis. Bryce Young, I'm out of here, man. Peace.